please share your name, organization, and a little bit about yourself and what you do?
Yeah, my name is Hanaan. I am a George Mason student. I study government and sociology. I'm also a Next Systems Fellow, and I am currently doing an internship with Move to Amend. And I am from the Northern Virginia area. I went to grade school here, and I'm now going to college here.
So, why was it important for you to be here today at the DNOVA Summit, and what have you taken away so far that excites you or inspires you?
So I felt it was important for me to come to the DNOVA Summit because growing up here, I feel like I grew up very atomized and in the suburbs. I felt kind of apart from a lot of my community, even though I had connections to, for example, the Muslim community or the immigrant community. My general political involvement felt kind of difficult to connect to people because of, we felt more invested in what we were doing instead of what we were doing as a community. So that kind of brought me here, and it's one of the reasons why I feel like developing these sort of connections in Northern Virginia is so important for me, especially as we're kind of near the heart of this country's politics, and that everything that happens there on the national level is also affecting us here. So we have to also be resisting in that way. And then one of the biggest things I've taken away from the summit so far is that there are so many important things happening in this community if you know where to look and if you make the effort to look. And I feel like that's one of the most important steps, is coming to events like this and talking to people who are around you, because there are so many incredible things going on. And if you make the first step of effort to look for them, then you're going to find so much.
In your own words, what is the next system we are trying to build?
The next system we're trying to build is, I think, a system that is built around, instead of just trying to survive or trying to make more money, it's about human flourishing. And so instead of just trying to think about how can I make it from day to day, it's how can I make this the best life for me, for the people I live with, and then for the generations after me.
Why is it important for us to be meeting and talking now?
Yeah, of course, it's important for us to be meeting now because of the political climate, but I think also because that being in these spaces is kind of what our opposition is afraid of us to be here, right? Being here is in itself an act of resistance because we are working on creating the next system, but also creating solidarity in a way that directly counteracts a lot of the political narrative right now that's trying to tear us apart.
What are some ways you would invite or encourage people to be part of this?
Yeah, I think a really easy way to invite people into this work is to just recognize that a lot of the struggles that we're going through are universal. Like, for example, do you hate your job? Do you have difficulty, keeping up with your bills? Do you have difficulty connecting with people around you? Well, it doesn't always have to be like this. A next system is possible. And I think that's one of the most important things to remember while we do this work. It's that we're not just dreaming about this happening in the future, we're working towards it right now. And that's why we need all the people we can get.